there's a Canvas course that you can pop into that when you finish the workshops, that is where you respond to a few questions, letting us know which workshops you attended and also providing a reflection. And then the badges would be issued around mid-February. I just want to give everybody time to be able to respond because it sometimes takes a little time to kind of crunch through some of the things that you might have learned and how you're going to use them. I will say that one workshop can be replaced by a consultation with our IDs and academic technologists. So I would encourage you to consider that as a possibility as well. And I'll also add my email here in case you want to ask me a question directly. I'm going to pop out, but I just wanted to make sure that everybody was aware and could take a look at that if you would like to. So there's my email address. Feel free to email me and have a great workshop. Thank you guys. And back to Sarah.
Thank you, Patsy. Okay, so for today's agenda, we are going to talk about a syllabus overview. And included with that, there is a checklist that Shada will be showing us. And then I will take over and go over the course launch overview. And there are a few resources with that as well, including a course launch checklist. So I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to Shada so she can talk about her syllabus overview and checklist. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah. I'm gonna share my screen with you. Okay, welcome everyone first. Today I'm going to start with an important topic, syllabus requirements. And these guidelines are outlined in the Administrative Regulation for Academic and Students Affairs, Section 6.12 from the Office of the Provost. And they help ensure that every syllabus is clear and consistent and students focused. And by mastering these core elements, you will be able to create a syllabus that meets standards and fosters a positive learning experience for your students. So in your online course, your syllabus is one of the most important ways to communicate with your students. It's often their first look at what the course is about and how it is structured and what you will expect from them. Because of that, it should clearly lay out key information like course and instructor details, grading and academic requirements, course policies, and where students can find support. And to help with this, the Office of the Provost offers a handy checklist to make sure your syllabus includes everything required and meets university-wide standards. We provide you with a link to the checklist on the slide, and you can use it to review your syllabus. And Sarah can put the link in the chat too if you would like to look at it with us here in the workshop. So in this workshop, I'm going to focus on 4 key areas from the checklist: course and instructor information, course description and materials, students' learning outcomes, and assignments and grading. And you might be wondering why we are focusing on these areas in particular. The reason is that these are the points where the syllabus checklist and the quality matter standards overlap the most. If you are not familiar with Quality Matters, it's a nationally recognized set of standards that our university uses to help design clear, organized, and students-friendly online courses. And for the rest of the required and optional elements, you will find them in the checklist. And we encourage you to use it as a particular tool for reviewing and refining your syllabus as you go. So let's look at why the syllabus is important in online courses first. The syllabus sets the tone for the course. It provides an overview of how the course is structured and what your students can expect. It also communicates expectations and structure, showing how assignments and deadlines and activities are organized so your students can plan their work effectively. It also supports academic integrity and accessibility. by outlining policies and ensure fair participation and providing resources and accommodations to help all students succeed. Finally, the syllabus is required by university policy, serving as an official guide to the course and helping both you and your students stay aligned throughout the term. So it's like a roadmap and support system for your students when they are navigating your online course. So the first key area I want to highlight is the course and instructor information. This section of your syllabus is critical for setting clear expectation and ensuring students know how to reach you. Be sure to include the official course title exactly as appears in the catalog, along with the prefix and a number and the section. And you need also to provide your name, your office location, and your UKY email address. You need to clearly state your office hours, whether they are in person or virtual, and you need to explain how students can make appointments. And finally, you need to outline your response time expectation for the emails or messages. When you include these details, it will help your students feel supported, and it will reduce confusions throughout the semesters. In this slide, I want to talk about the course description and materials. This is where your students form their first impression of what the course is really about and what will be expected of them. So your course description should do a little more than copy and paste the catalog language. It will help your students to include a short, clear paragraph in plain language that explains what the course is about and why this course matters for their academic path, or for their program or their future profession. From a quality matters perspective, this support alignment and this supports alignment and transparency. Students should be able to see how the course fits into their learning journey and why they will gain from it, or what they will gain from it. Next, the syllabus should clearly list the required materials, whether that's textbook or articles, videos or softwares or online tools. Students should know exactly what they need and how they will use it in the course. It's also important to be upfront about any additional costs, such as software license, proctoring fees, or special equipment. This supports equity and helps students plan ahead. And finally, you need to include any technology or skills requirements. This is especially important in online environment, so students can check early whether they are prepared or need support. This slide focuses on students' learning outcomes, what students should know or be able to do by the end of the course and each module. These outcomes need to be clear and measurable, so everyone knows what success looks like. So when you write your outcomes, you should use action verbs guided by Bloom's taxonomy. So students understand what is expected and you can easily assess their learning. You should also use course map in your syllabus. It is a visual guide that shows how everything connects. It links your learning objectives to the activities and the assessment students will complete. This alignment is very important because it ensures that what students do in the course directly support the outcomes you have set. So when your students see the connection, it helps them understand the purpose behind each activity and how it leads to their success. And also, we don't just list the objectives in the course map. We explain how each one connects to the activities and assessments. This helps students see the purpose behind what they are doing and shows how everything works together to meet the learning goals. And here's a course map template that you can use in your syllabus, and Sarah can add a link to this template from the website. This template is from Online Course Map Guide website, and it was created by instructional designers. It connects your module titles, course, and module outcomes, assessments, and activities, and instructional materials. This alignment ensures students see a clear path from objectives to activities and assessments. This template also gives you a detailed guidance on what to include in each column, starting with the module title, then the course and module outcomes, followed by assessment and learning activities, and instructional materials that support them. So it's a practical tool to keep everything aligned and transparent. And in their website also, they have examples of different courses. You can look at those templates from different courses and see how they created their templates. The last thing I want to cover is assignments and grading. This part of the syllabus is all about setting clear expectation for students. So they need to know what's due, when it is due, and how it will be graded. That means including due dates, a grading breakdown, and instruction for submitting work. You should also explain your policy for returning graded work, outline the grading scale, and clarify your late submission policy. Sharing these details up front will help your students plan ahead and reduce confusions and makes grading transparent too. Any questions so far? Okay, so I'm going to move to the next slide, which is course launch overview, and I'm going to let Sarah talk about this part.
Thank you, Shava. All right, so as Shava asked, if you do have any questions, feel free to type them into the chat. And one of us here in the workshop will provide you an answer or point you in the right direction. So let me go ahead and share my screen again and get started with the course launch overview. So Shava had mentioned that we are using the Quality Matters rubric as a reference for what we're doing today, and that is included in this quality design checklist self-review as well. We hope that it serves you as a practical tool. We hope that you can use it to prepare your online course for this upcoming semester. And so the tool can be found in our website, which I think, Shava, if you don't mind linking out to,
Yep.
we can show them the PDF. So we have created a kind of shortened version of the rubric, of the Quality Matters rubric, that will help you determine if your course is ready for the start of the semester. And this does ask you questions about the course syllabus as well. So why does this checklist matter? Well, we hope that you will use it to maintain consistent experience for students across all of your courses from semester to semester. We want to make sure that we ensure content is usable by all of the students, including those with disabilities. We hope you can use this to help make sure that your learning objectives are aligned to the assessments and activities in your course. And this research has tips and tricks embedded in each of the checklist options to help you if you have more time. to kind of deep dive into specific checklist items. And we hope that you can use this to meet the required university policies, compliance, and accessibility standards that we all have to meet. So again, Shava spoke about the course syllabus. So once you have reviewed that and made sure it's updated for the semester, you want to make sure that you upload it into your course, into your Canvas course, and that it has all required university policies included. And again, you can use the UK Provost checklist that we spoke about earlier for that. So other than including the syllabus document in your course, you want to also provide a clear Get Started page, which includes a lot of the important information in the syllabus, such as your contact information, office hours, and some academic support resources for the learners in your course. You want to make sure that you also explain how to use any of the course technologies that you require your students to use in the course. For instance, if you are using Respondus Lockdown Browser for tests, you want to make sure that you provide information on how to download and use that service, that software, and then point them in the direction of support if they have any trouble with it. A lot of this information is included in our 16-week Canvas course template. And Shalda, if you don't mind sharing that as well. Excellent. You've already done that. You're on top of things. That's great. And this course template, I'm going to go ahead and pop into it. So this may seem familiar to you if you've already worked with us to set up your Canvas course. But if you want to know more about how to use the template and any other information, you can email us at elearning@uky.edu. We also have, and I'll share this a little bit later, we also have a form to request consultations for instructional design, and we'll share that with you as well. So a lot of the information that we just talked about will help your students get started in your course. It'll explain the structure navigation. It'll give you an opportunity to explain your expectations for the course, give your contact information, and then spell out the next steps for your learners. So, and I know we've probably gone over this before, but I just want to reiterate. We want to make sure that you ensure objectives are measurable and observable, that the assessments and content align with the objectives you provide, and that you build in scaffolding using learning activities to help build success for your students. And one way to kind of help you build that scaffolding is kind of create an organization that your students will use to move through your content. And one way to do that is to create modules. And this could be weekly or topical, but whichever one you choose, you want to make sure you maintain consistency in both the design and the navigation through those modules. And to help you do that, you can preview your course in Student View, and we'll talk a little bit about this later when we talk about other tips in the course as you build it or make sure it's ready for your students for this semester. So for the grading and assessment, you want to make sure that you clearly state your grading policies, and you want to also make sure that the grading policies that you've stated are actually followed in how you set up your assessments and grading within the Canvas course. You want to make sure that you explain how and when feedback will be provided. And it does help to use rubrics and provide examples to students to guide them during their assignment and to help you provide feedback to them. In the course delivery, you want to also make sure that you set expectations for communication and behavior. You want to make sure that this helps foster an inclusive and respectful learning environment for all the learners in your course. And one of the other resources that we have that we would like you to access at your convenience is our regular and substantive interaction and academic engagement training course. And these will help, this course is built to help you make sure that you have set up your course for to be engaging to your students. And I'm going to actually go ahead and pop into this course. And we're going to backtrack on a few things because we're going to use this course kind of as our tour for the few things that I've talked about so far. My apologies. So in this course, you'll go through a few modules that will help you talk about let's actually pop over into so we have a few resources for you to review, and then a few activities such as a knowledge check quiz and some participant information that is provided here. And so additionally, we have some resources for you to go through as well. So earlier, I talked about uploading your course syllabus and providing course introduction and a get started page. And so your syllabus has actually a specific part in your course. So there is a pre-created area for you to add your course syllabus. And I'm actually going to go ahead and pop over into the course template as well to show you this, because we have some content kind of pre-created for you to add to your syllabus page. And we may need to update a few of the resources for support in here, but it should provide a lot of good information for you. We want to make sure that in the modules page that we spoke about earlier, that you have your content set up with ease of use and consistency in mind. And to do that is to make sure that you create a standardized structure that you can then add whatever you need to it. Discussions, assignments, quizzes, it doesn't have to be the same every week, but if the organization is standardized, then any of the kind of creative ways that you present your content or engage with your students can kind of hold a more meaningful place in the course. So these templates, including page templates, can help you kind of set that up for your course.
Sarah, this is Catherine. We have a question over in chat where Andrea Nielsen is asking, if you have already started your Canvas shell, can you use the template without losing what you have done? And it's the template that you're demonstrating right now.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a very good question, Andrea. So it is possible for you to import the template into a course that has content in it. But if there are objects that are named the same from the template and inside your course, there's a chance that those objects, such as pages, could be overwritten. What we find is that it's better to, for instance, it may be a little bit too late for this semester to start this way, but for your next semester is to import the template first and then to use a previous semester to copy and paste the chunks of content that you want to put into the areas that you want. But if you are looking to kind of utilize this template this semester and want uh, to do that and need assistance, you can request a consultation with us and we'll be happy to help you do that so that you can make sure that you're not accidentally overriding any of the content that you want to maintain for your learners. That was a very good question, Andrea.
Thank you. That's very helpful.
Okay, so I was going to go ahead and pop into assignments. So this assignments page is not only where you can create any graded assignments, such as quizzes, discussion boards, actual paper, upload paper assignments. It is also a way for you to organize those assignments into assignment groups. And if you do that, then you can actually assign weights to those assignment groups so that whenever your grades are calculated in your grade book, as students are taking their quizzes, interacting with their activities, their grades will show as you intend them to, as they relate to your grade policies. So you want to make sure that before the semester starts, you want to use the assignments page to create assignment groups, organize your assignments within all of those groups. And then if you do use weighting in your grade policy, to go ahead and set that up as well. There's another thing that you can do within your grades page to kind of get things started for your course to make sure that as students are moving through the content, that everything is kind of built in for them, is if you go into your grade book and click on this little cog here, you can go ahead and set up your grade book late policies, your grade posting policies, whether or not the grades are automatically posted as soon as you put them into the cell, or use the speed grader to grade the students, or if you want them to be manually posted, which means that you can go through and for an entire assignment grade everything. Those individual grades are not posted until you go through and in the assignment header choose to post the grades. So you want to make sure that if you do select manually post grades, that you set up something, a reminder of some sorts for you to know, hey, by this time next week, you want to make sure that the grades are posted manually. And this can help kind of diffuse possible confusion and questions from students as you're working to grade. Maybe sometimes you will grade like the first 5 or 10 student assignments, and then you'll go back and say, oh, I didn't really account for this in the previous. So I'm going to go through and actually rework my grades for these, 1 or 2 other students. So they won't see those changes if you do a manually post grades, as they would if you automatically post and then you go back and fix grades. And you can also set up your status colors so that if students are posting something late, it will show as a certain color. if they haven't posted something, if something has been resubmitted, things like that will show up, give you color codes to help you kind of interpret your grade book. So that's a few things that you can do with grading and assessment to help prepare for the upcoming semester. All right, so again, a lot of the student engagement questions that you might have for your course can be answered in this RSI and AE Canvas course if you go through the content there. And if you have any further questions about this or would like assistance setting up or checking activities to ensure that they are engaging and follow all of the requirements, then we'll be happy to help you with that as well. So another thing that you want to make sure that you check before the beginning of the semester, and this is something I think that is very important, is to make sure that your course is accessible and usable for the learners to go through. And so this may mean that if you provide videos and lectures or examples or problem sets, things like that, that you caption those videos or have them captioned. If you provide images, any kind of other media, you want to provide alt text. So to give students who may not be able to view those images additional information. You want to make sure that you check color contrast and that you use the headers properly for structure. Make sure whenever you do provide hyperlinks that you use descriptive hyperlinks. So instead of saying go here and then hyperlinking the here, you want to say go to this geography website, and you can even specify external to learn more about such and such. And one way for you to check all of this is to use the Blackboard Ally integration in your Canvas course. And I'm going to go ahead and talk about that as well. So I'm going to go ahead and pop back into home. So we all have access to Ally here, which creates an accessibility report. If you don't currently see it in your course menu, oh, thank you, Shada. Very good. Shada has provided a user guide for you. But if you don't currently see it in your menu here, you can go into settings. And then if you go into navigation, you will actually see two groups of navigation objects. Ones that are currently enabled are on top. And then there's quite a few that are disabled, may be disabled in your course. So you'll go through and you'll enable either by clicking enable or dragging and dropping from one list to another. And then you'll have to make sure that you hit save, and then it should pop into your course menu here. So once you've done that, it'll actually automatically run the report. It'll show you your overall grade. It'll break down all of your course content into the types. And then it'll give you some of the easily fixed options and some major issues. So you can go ahead and, for instance, let's click on this major issues here and see what's going on. So, and this also not only reviews your built-in content, so your pages, your assignments, discussion boards, the in-page content that you've created there. It also reviews linked documents such as PDF, Word documents, and we'll check if hyperlinks that you put in your course are live, if it actually goes out to a site, or if it gets an error message. So, for instance, this Zoom startup guide is a very low score. So let's go ahead and click on that little gauge and let's see what they're talking about. So it looks like this PDF is untagged. So what it means is that there are a lot of objects in this document that were used to create uh, this entire document. And so these individual objects, so this little background image here, they all need to be tagged to tell screen readers what they are. And so it determines what gets kind of looked over and what is viewed by the screen reader and in what order. And so what you would do is you would download this document. You would use it, so this is PDF, so you would use the Adobe Acrobat Pro, which we do have access here at the University of Kentucky, and use its accessibility checker to go through and fix these tagging issues. And there actually may be other issues. This right here is just the first, probably the top thing that needs to be fixed in this document. But things such as making sure the document has a title, making sure it has a default language set in, like so the screen readers know what language to use, things like that. And so you can fix this document, re-upload it with the same title. Don't change the title. You can even do that here, and it'll overwrite the previous document. It'll re-review it and give you the new score for you. And so you can use that to run through a lot of your resources that you provide for your students to make sure that they're properly tagged, structured, have all the alt text that is needed, things like that. So template standard image. So you can just, and for some of them, it could just be an easy add a few words to improve the score. So this Ally, again, it's called Ally Course Accessibility Report. It is available to you right now. And if you don't see it in your current course, you can always, again, go into settings and enable it. Go into settings, go into course navigation, find it in the list of disabled course menu items and click on enable, and then make sure that you save it. Do we have any questions about accessibility, checking accessibility and usability in the course? We're using specifically Ally. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to our wrap up and next steps. So we have provided a lot of resources for you today, and we've linked a lot of them in the chat. We are also going to provide a link to this PowerPoint so you can download it, and so you'll have all of the hyperlinks in the document. Make sure to do that before we leave today. And remember, it's not just about compliance, it's about making sure that you create an environment that supports your student success and reflects you and your teaching excellence. So there are a few things that I want to review before we leave today. We're kind of running a little fast, so we have plenty of time. Again, information about the Strong Start badge. Linked to you by Patsy earlier. We'll walk you through what this program is and how you can engage with it. We have a few other workshops this week that we want to make sure that you enroll in. So later today, we have the lockdown browser and respondus monitor training. I'm going to go ahead and copy this link and provide it to you. So this is for the respondus lockdown browser and monitor training. And then tomorrow at 10 a.m., so this is later today at 1 p.m. Tomorrow at 10 a.m., we have the technology best practices in online courses. And we want to make sure that you register for both of these if you haven't already. Also, later today, we have our UK online virtual office hours from 2 to 4 p.m. And we'll also have these same hours tomorrow from 2 to 4 p.m. And you don't have to register. All you have to do is between those hours, go to our office hours Zoom link. So we hope to see you there. If you have questions, that could be the start of you engaging in a more detailed relationship about updating your course content or anything that you want, so that you can have a few questions. You can have something that's more, I guess, longer, more complex, and then we can use those virtual office hours to get you started with a consultation with us. So what you need to do to receive the badge, that's a very good question, Jen. Thank you so much for asking. Jen McMullen, my apologies, Jen, for providing your full name, but she asked a question directly to me asking if after tomorrow's workshop session, and if she has attended all 3 workshops required, so you only need to attend 3 workshops or a few workshops and a consultation meeting, how does she make sure that she's registered to earn the Strong Start badge? To do that, you want to make sure that you, and let me pop in the resource here again. You want to make sure that you go into this, let's see, self-enroll course. And I'm going to go ahead and send this to everybody. Again, make sure you register for this course and go through the survey. If you go through and put your reflection in and fill out the survey, then you're set. All you have to do is wait for that badge to show up a little bit later this semester. Andrea, that's a wonderful question too. Yes, I actually do recommend that you come into our office hours if you are available today, and we will get you started on how you can implement the template into your already created course, so that you don't worry about content being overwritten. Excellent, thank you. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about before I get too far into things is to actually talk about our website and our resources that are available to you. We actually do have a faculty resources area. I'm going to go ahead and link it in. And a lot of the resources, a lot of the things that we talked about today are provided in this website. There's an online teaching and design section. And in this section, it talks about course design fundamentals. My apologies. And if you go in here, you actually do have access to the Canvas course template that you can directly go into. We'll also talk to you about module organization all the way up to and back to the design model. So if at any point that you have further questions about the whole design process, instructional design process, I recommend that you go through this website for more information. Let's see, what else did I say that we'd go on over before the ends? Um, oh yes, how to request a consultation. So let's see if there's a contact us. So in our website, we have a contact us page. And in this, there is um, a little insert for you to input a question, give your full information, and submit. And I think there may actually be one specifically for instructional design services. So if it is specifically instructional design services, it's under the online teaching and design. You can click on the schedule a consultation button and you'll fill out a similar little form. And then we'll get back in contact with you and meet with you at your convenience and walk through anything that you would like to know about. Let's see. So Justin, I think you started a question. Is there something that you have trouble with if you said
Yeah,
it when you click on?
yeah. I was just because I'm completing the lockdown browser training this afternoon, and I was just going to click on the link just to see what was in the page. And when I pull it up, it says, "Oops, page not found."
Okay, let me double check that. So I'm going to go back into the calendar for us. And I always have to accept. Let's see, upcoming training and events.
Well, I'm registered for this. But
Okay.
my question was the link that you provided in the chat. I just wanted to see what it was going to look like when I went to apply for my badge. And in the
Oh, I see.
ukinstructor.com enroll HR NAJ3, that's where it gives me the page not found.
Oh, my apologies. So let me go ahead and pop over to that and see. Okay, okay, okay. Let me make sure that we are linking to the proper course. Let me do this. Let me actually go into our admin and let's go into strong starts. Okay. Okay, you're going to see a lot of the back end things that you'll see for your own courses. So this is the course. And so we've set this up to be a self-enrolled course. So I'm going to just double check if that URL is the same. Sometimes if settings are turned off and back on, links can be updated. So I'm going to go ahead and paste this again for you and see if you get that same, oops. I'm going to double check while you do that. I'm going to double check that this course is published. So yes, it should show up for
Yes,
you.
yes, it let me enroll now.
Oh, excellent. Thank you so much. So thank you for finding that issue, Justin. So if anybody was trying to self-enroll earlier into the Strong Start badge course, please use the most currently linked self-enroll link or enroll link that I provided. All right. Do we have any other questions before we leave off for today? We've got about 5 more minutes and we're happy to help.
I do have one more question.
Sure.
So yesterday I did the Canvas 101 before I enrolled in the Strong Start Badge shell. how do I make sure that what I did yesterday rolls into this? Is that possible, or did I just do things
No,
incorrectly?
in fact, most likely that's how things were going to go down for most everybody because the Strong Start badge course was introduced in that first workshop to you guys. So we anticipated you guys not being enrolled in this until after that first workshop. So that's you're perfectly fine. So as long as you, after you finish all three workshops or the few workshops and consultation, however you want to do that, all you have to do is go through and click on this survey to provide information and do a reflection, and you're good to go.
Perfect. Thank you so much,
We'll
Sarah.
on our end, we'll make sure everything is set up.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Kara asks, um, I missed the 101 Canvas training. Is there a way to retake it or view a recording, or do I have to wait until August? Um, or can I meet for a one-on-one? Absolutely, Kara. You can meet for a one-on-one. We'd happy to provide you that consultation that will count as that uh, missing workshop for you, so you don't have to wait again till August. I think there will be a recording possibly for yesterday's workshop. Can somebody pop in and confirm or deny that for me?
Hey Sarah, it's Tia. Hi everybody. Yes, we will get the recordings posted on our website. So we're working on the first recording now, and by the end of the week, no later than Monday, all the recordings should be available on the website. And
Excellent.
that's
Thank
the
you, Tia.
UKO
Tia
website.
is our senior instructional designer. Oh, sorry. My apologies. I talked over you.
No, you're fine. I couldn't find mute fast enough. No, you were fine. I was just clarifying that that was the UKO website. I just said website, so I just wanted to clarify that. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Tia. So again, we do have information about the Strong Start badge um, program. And we will, in our website, we will provide any of the recordings. I did start this recording a little late today, but will be one for this one as well. And we hope to see you today during the virtual office hours, 2 to 4 p.m. And then, of course, tomorrow as well. So thank you all for attending and have a wonderful day. It's Wednesday. We're almost through it. Let us know if we can be of any help to you as you start um, checking your course, doing your last minute prep for the beginning of the spring semester. Thank you all.